Hello, I'm looking for you in this assignment to, after you've read the stories and thought about them and marked them up and all of that, to find possible applications for these major movements in American literature and in other literatures from other countries. So first, of course, you need to read the stories and have them in mind, then view the video, and then this video on art, visual arts, and expressions of realism and naturalism. So if I were to point out, what does this boil down to? Realism has to do with the photographic representation of the world around us. Instead of sugarcoating it or looking at it through rose-colored glasses or idealizing it, the realists wanted to present it as it was. That's why in Stephen Crane's Red Badge of Courage, warfare is really described in pretty grisly terms because that was the idea of realism. So you have the dead soldier lying there and looking as if his side, Crane says, was chewed up by wolves. Yeah, that's pretty grim. So, that's the idea of it. It's not always dark, but it certainly is an attempt to depict what we are actually experiencing. And that gets into all sorts of discussions philosophically. And then naturalism, of course, contains the idea of determinism, that we can't just escape our genetic background and change that we cannot simply overcome our environment in all situations, so that it determines, oftentimes those two will determine how the outcome. So in a story like To Build a Fire, it seems as though nature determines the outcome there. Nature is in charge, right? So that's a possible application right there, that the narrator, not the narrator, but the protagonist goes into the Yukon really being somewhat naive about how nature can influence life and death. So I'm going to leave it at that, but hopefully that helps a little bit, and I will talk to you later.